Hi, my name is Therese Laxon, and I'm from The Beat. It's so great to speak with you. I loved your work on Westworld, and honestly, Reminiscence feels like such a noir, but also like a post-apocalyptic story, and it's so interesting, and it feels very personal. And I'm very curious to hear about your inspiration and where you came up with this idea.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by memory and the way it transports us and the way all of us live our lives, one foot in the now and oftentimes one foot in the past, reflecting on things that happened before and letting those things inform who we are today. So I coupled that intellectual curiosity, I think, with the emotional curiosity and impact that I felt when, at the time, I was pregnant when I was writing Reminiscence, and filled with expectations for the future and thinking also about my own past and how I could be a good mother. And at that time, my grandfather passed away, and I went to England where he lived to help my grandmother sort of tidy up his belongings. And I found this very old photograph of a woman named Suki Lin, who he had named the house after and never explained why or her significance. And he must never have encountered her after about, for 50 years or so, but clearly something about her left an impression. And I started to just think about how precious memories and connections are that we make in our lives, and how lovely it would be to be able to hold them close without having them degrade over time or grow kind of subjective as we talked about them again and again.
I understand that for sure. And I thought it was interesting, especially speaking with Daniel yesterday, about the sort of incorporation of this, like the lore of this world, and how you went about it, especially with his character, and how, his character was put into like the internment camps. And I would love to hear your take on the decisions that you made when it came to world building the history of this world.
I think we have to remember the past in order to understand the future and the things that might happen. I show a world that has sadly already come to pass, with Miami sinking a bit in the waves, and unrest that is caused by that. And there is reference in the film to a backstory of a war in which Asian Americans got interned. That's clearly a part of American history. And it's one that, sadly, once again, in light of recent crimes against Asians, has become very topical. And look, I'm Asian, but I'm also American, and I'm a regular person, and so is Daniel. And we just wanted to have a chance to tell our stories and to speak in a language that we speak in at home, and to kind of, break some of the ideas of these roles that Asians are supposed to play in these stories. And there's no one who busts down these stereotypes better than Daniel. He's so compelling and so sexy and such a great action star that I'd watch him in anything.
Yeah, I'm honestly same. I just want to thank you so much for incorporating that. I thought that was just such a nice little element, especially with him speaking Mandarin. I speak it myself, so I was like, oh, this is like a great little little nugget of knowledge there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
And,
I was like, you can't pronounce it too well, though. So we deliberately, like when he was like Pengyo, he's like Pengyo. So we Americanized.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I can't wait for everybody to see this film. It's so it's such an epic. I feel like it's a real work of art.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I really appreciate it.